If for some reason you're watching the behind the scenes footage of the first Matrix film, you might get a glimpse of one man who's shaped action cinema for the last 40 years. That man is Yuen Woo Ping, or as he's more commonly known, Woo Ping.
Woo Ping. Woo Ping.
Woo Ping.
Woo Ping served as the fight choreographer on The Matrix and its subsequent sequels, and there's no denying the influence that The Matrix has had on filmmakers around the world. You can basically categorize action films as before and after The Matrix. Before The Matrix, it was explosions, more explosions, and muscles. After The Matrix, there came a newfound focus on stunt work, hand-to-hand combat, and big action set pieces. Less of this, and more of this. Woo Ping has helped define a whole generation of action films and more to come. But what makes him so influential, and what's his secret? In 1978, having spent most of the 70s honing his craft as an action choreographer on a multitude of martial arts films, Woo Ping was finally given his chance to direct one of his own films. And this is what he made. Snake in the Eagle Shadow was a moderate success at the time, but what really set it apart was Woo Ping's ability to combine comedy and martial arts, and also an impressive amount of stunt work. And if you didn't catch that, that's actually a very young Jackie Chan in one of his early film appearances. It wasn't long before Woo Ping and Jackie teamed up again and produced what was easily their biggest success to date, Drunken Master. Drunken Master was an enormous success at its release, overshadowing their previous film's smashing box office records and turning Jackie into a national star overnight. It seemed Woo Ping's eye for fight choreography and Jackie's martial arts was a winning combination on screen.
The widow greeting her lover. Go on. Sitting on the toilet.
With the back-to-back success of Snake in the Eagle Shadow and Drunken Master, it wasn't long before studios began to copy this winning formula, with films such as The Drunken Fighter, Drunken Swordsman, Drunken Arts and Crippled Fist, Drunken Master, Slippery Snake, Shaolin Drunken Monkey, The Shaolin Drunken Monk, Drunken Tai Chi, Revenge of the Drunken Master, The Little Drunken Master. None of these films would replicate the success of Woo Ping's original Drunken Master. To highlight how good Woo Ping is, we're going to take a look at two films released around the same time. The first is Fist of Legend, released in '94, directed by Gordon Chan and starring the talented martial artist Jet Li, and choreography by none other than Woo Ping. The other film we're going to look at is Street Fighter, also released in '94, directed by Steven E. DeSouza, also featuring another talented martial artist is Jean-Claude Van Damme, and choreography by Benny the Jet Urquidez. Now, with Fist of Legend, the first thing you'll notice is for the most part the scene is filmed with a variety of wide and mid shots and only cuts to a close-up to highlight an impact. You'll also notice Woo Ping prefers to shoot multiple moves in the one setup. You can see this in this shot here, with a right, left, dodge, right, left, right, and then a cut on the left. That's 9 moves in 3 seconds and one setup. Very impressive. Now, let's take a look at a similar scene in Street Fighter. The first thing you'll notice is this scene looks like trash. The shot choice is a mix-up of close-ups, and I don't know what the fuck that is, and you're barely getting in one move before they cut to another shot. This frenetic style of editing makes it difficult for the audience to follow and really doesn't do it justice for the actors. Woo Ping is looking pretty good right about now. Now here's a quote from Woo Ping back in 2016. "My fights are designed to an edit. I never shoot coverage and try to figure out the editing later. The key to an action sequence is conveying information so the audience can understand. And sure, yeah, okay, it definitely helps that he's been working with the likes of Jet Li, Donnie Yen, Jackie Chan, and Michelle Yeoh. And now we arrive at The Matrix. After amassing nearly 2 decades of film work in Hong Kong, which includes the likes of kung fu classics Fist of Legend, Black Mask, and Iron Monkey, Woo Ping had grabbed the attention of none other than the Wachowskis.
He said, I really don't know how they got my number and about me. All that he knew is he was in Beijing making a movie and got a call from Hong Kong saying that the 2 brothers were really interested in talking to him. He said, I'm very busy, I don't have the time. And then the call came again. He read the script and he thought that script was a very brilliant script. So he decided that he should do it.
Woo Ping's work on The Matrix proved incredibly popular in Hollywood, and for the movie-going public alike. The film was released to critical acclaim and was a box office hit, bringing in $427 million worldwide and spawning 2 sequels which Woo Ping also choreographed. Now if we take a look at Fist of Legend again, you can really see the influence of Woo Ping and his experience in Hong Kong cinema, how it shaped a lot of the fight sequences in The Matrix. The wire work, choreography, and shot choices closely resemble that of many sequences in just one of Woo Ping's films. With the subway fight scene in particular between Agent Smith and Neo, some of the sequences are almost identical to the fight at the end of Fist of Legend between Chen Zhen and General Fujita. Strike for strike, blow for blow, the 2 scenes definitely share the hallmarks of a Woo Ping fight. Once The Matrix was released, the rest was history. Woo Ping and his style of action took over Hollywood, and it wasn't long before he was working again and again and again in the West, with films such as Kill Bill, Cradle to the Grave, Unleashed, The Forbidden Kingdom, and also re-teaming with Keanu Reeves for The Man of Tai Chi. The influence of Woo Ping's body of work can be seen today with the films of David Leitch and Chad Stahelski. It's no surprise that this style of action choreography closely resembles that of Woo Ping's, as each of them have garnered much success and attention for the highly stylized and choreographed action set pieces, in films such as Atomic Blonde, John Wick, Deadpool 2, and most recently, Hobbs and Shaw. But where does the action genre go from here? The only reason we have action films such as this is because of the time and the investment that the cast and crew are willing to invest in making these scenes as great as possible.
These aren't athletes, they're actors. When you want someone to paint your house, you hire a painter, not an actor who makes believe he's a painter. They really had to learn a fighting style that they never had learned before.
With the advent of motion graphics, CGI, and the seemingly unstoppable domination of the box office by Dwayne Johnson, are we going to see a return to the ways of the muscles and the explosions? Or maybe the action genre has forever been changed. Maybe Woo Ping's style has been picked up, put down, and remixed into the fold of all the other action films out there, and forever leaving his mark on the genre for generations to come. Hey guys, just want to say thanks for watching the video, much appreciated. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Also hit me up with any film recommendations. I'm always on the hunt for a new movie. If you guys want some recommendations for some more kung fu films to go check out, definitely go check out Fist of Legend. Absolutely a great movie. Also check out Drunken Master 2. That's a really good Jackie Chan film. Although it doesn't really have Yuen Woo Ping involved, really good movie just for watching how good Jackie Chan is. And if you're looking for another movie to go see, also check out Iron Monkey. Also directed by Yuen Woo Ping and just came out the year before Fist of Legend. It's got Donnie Yen in one of his really early film roles. Not a bad movie, definitely worth checking out as well. So that's Iron Monkey, Drunken Master 2, and Fist of Legend. Definitely give those a check out if you're interested in seeing some more of Yuen Woo Ping. And let me know what you think in the comments below.